Hello everyone, welcome to the video solution for Edexcel IAL Mathematics. This is C12 Summer 2018 Part 2. So let's start. Question number 7. A sequence is defined by u1 is equal to 3, un plus 1 is equal to un minus 5, n is more than or equal to 1. Find the value of u2, u3 and u4. Okay, so for u2 you need to put n is equal to 1. So you can say that for n is equal to 1, this equation, this given condition becomes u n plus 1, n is 1. So u n plus 1, 1 plus 1, that means u2 is equal to u1 minus 5. That means u1 is 3 minus 5, which is minus 2. So u2 is equal to minus 2. Similarly, for n is equal to 2, so u3 is equal to u2 minus 5. That means minus 2 minus 5, which is minus 7. This is u3. And then u4 is for n equal to 3. So u4 is equal to u3 minus 5. So minus 7 minus 5, u4 is equal to minus 12. These are the values of u2, u3 and u4. Part B, find the value of u100. Now you have u1, u2, u3 and u4, etc. So if you see, this is your 3, the first term, and then minus 2, and then minus 7, minus 12, and so on. Clearly, you can say that the common difference between these sequences is minus 5. So minus 5 is your common difference. That means this is your arithmetic sequence. So if you have an arithmetic sequence, the general term or nth term of arithmetic sequence is un is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the nth term, and in this case a is first term, which is 3, and d is the common difference, which is minus 5, and n is the number of term that we are about to find. And for u100, that means n is 100. So u100 is equal to 3 plus 100 minus 1, 99 d minus 5. So u100 is equal to minus 492. This is your u100. Part C, find the sum of I equal to 1 to 100 ui. So you need to find, meaning of this is you need to find S100, sum of 100 terms, first 100 terms. So you have first term 3, you have last term minus 492. So sum of 100 term, in generally sum of nth term, nth term is n by 2 a plus L. I'm using this formula. You have another formula, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d, but I'm using this because of the first and the last term availability. So I can do like 100 divided by 2 into a is the first term, which is 3, plus last term is minus 492. And if you solve this for S100, so you have answer minus 24450. This is your sum of 100 term. Question number 8. The equation k minus 4x square minus 4x plus k minus 2 is equal to 0, where k is a constant, has no real roots. Okay. Show that k satisfies the inequality k square minus 6k plus 4 more than 0. Okay, if you are giving these types of equation and they are talking about whether the roots are real, equal, or no real root, so you will have to find the discriminant of the equation of the quadratic equation, and the discriminant of the quadratic equation is b square minus 4ac. You need to check the sign of b square minus 4ac according to the given condition, and in this condition, as they are saying, there has no real root, so discriminant of this equation should be less than 0. This is the condition that we are going to use. So we have, this is a, this is value of b, and this is c. So you can say that minus 4 square, which is b square, minus 4ac, k minus 4 into c, k minus 2 is less than 0. So this is 16, and if you multiply these two brackets with the 4, so you have minus 4k square minus 8k minus 16k plus 32 less than 0. Now if you open the bracket with the negative sign, so you have a 16 minus 4k square and minus 8k minus 16k minus 24k, and this minus becomes plus 24k, and then minus 32 plus and minus 32 less than 0. Finally you have minus 4k squared plus 24k, and 16 minus 32 is minus 16 less than 0. So because you need equation in the form of only k square, so divide whole equation with the minus 4. So it's just for understanding, I'm writing dividing by minus 4. If you divide the whole inequality with the minus 4, so this minus 4k squared divided by minus 4 becomes k squared. Because of this minus, this becomes minus 6k minus and minus plus 16 and 4. And the effect of this negative sign on this inequality is, if you multiply it or divide with the negative sign or negative number, this inequality switch and it becomes more than 0. So this is your required inequality in part A. Part B, find the exact range of possible value of k. Again, a typical question from such types of situation. You need to solve this. This is k square minus 6k. We have a plus sign. So you need to figure out value of k for the inequality. So we solve the equation k square minus 6k plus 4 equal to 0. And by method of factorization, or if not possible, we can use a quadratic equation to figure out values of k. Clearly we cannot make a factor because of 4 and 6, so we'll have to use a quadratic formula. So k is equal to minus b minus 6 minus b plus minus b squared minus 6 squared minus 4ac. A is 1, c is 4 divided by 2a. So k is 6 plus minus 20, 36 minus 16, and of course 20 upon 2. And then you can simplify this after taking 4 common. So you can rewrite 6 plus minus 2 root 5 divided by 2, and taking 2 common, so k is equal to 2 common 3 plus minus root 5 divided by 2. That means k is 3 plus minus root 5. These are the two values of k. And it's not a quadratic equation. In fact, it was given an inequality. And in this case, what do? We choose a test point between the interval. So this k is divided, or this k is chose to between these 2 points, meaning if you see 3 minus root 5, so 3 minus root 5 will give you 0.76. This is 3 minus root 5, and 3 plus root 5 will give you values 5.23. Now we have a 3 interval before 0.6, between 0.6 and 5.23, and more than 5.23. So what do? We chose a test point in these intervals, some point less than 0.6, a point between this, and more than this. So I will say that this is my left interval, and this is my middle and the right interval. So for left interval, I will choose 0, which is less than 0.6. This is my test point. And between 0.676 and 5.3, I can take any point or any number, let's say 1, and 5.23, let's say 6. So the idea is I will substitute one by one all the numbers in this inequality, and I need to check whether the inequality is true for any of these numbers. So remember, if inequality is true for left interval, it will also be true for, or it should be true for, the right interval. or if inequality is true for middle interval, it should be false for both of the left or the right interval. So if you substitute k equal to 0 in this inequality, so you just do like 0 square minus, I'm replacing k with my test point. So 0 square minus 6 times of 0 plus 4, and you can say that 4 is more than 0, which is true. And you can do the same thing for the right interval, and if the left interval is true, the right interval should be true, and I'm leaving it for you to check. And if left is true, so the right, then the middle one should be false. And you can check like so replacing k with 1. So 1 squared minus 6 times of 1 plus 4 is greater than 0. That means 1 square is 1 minus 6 plus 4. That means 1 plus 4, 5. 6 minus 4, minus 5, minus 1 is more than 0, which is false. That means all these points are not satisfying our inequality. So the value of k should be less than 0.76 or 3 minus root 5. And value of k also should be more than 5.23 or 3 plus root 5. So these are the values of k for our inequality. Question number 9. A cyclist aims to travel a total of 1200 km over a number of days. He cycles 12 km on day 1. He increases the distance that he cycles each day by 6% of the distance cycled on the previous day until he reaches the total of 1200 km. Show that on day 8 he cycles approximately 18 km. Okay, so let's see. The first day he cycles 12 km. So 12 the first day, and the second day is 12 times of 6% of the previous one. That means 1 plus 0 0.6, 0.06, 0.1 plus, yeah, 1 point is 6%, yeah, 1 point. Okay, and the third day he traveled 12 times of 1 plus 0.06 squared, and so on. So that's what happened. And if you see that this is a geometric progression or a geometric sequence with the first term 12 and the common ratio r is 1.06. So you need to figure out or you need to show that on day 8 he cycles approximately 8 km. That means you figure out U8. You need to find U8 for part A. And for geometric progression, the general equation or the general term UN is AR n minus 1. So for part A, U8 is 12 into 1.06, this is your R, and minus 1, which is 7. And if you simplify this equation, then U8 would be equal to 18.04, which is approximately 18 kilometer. Okay, next he reaches his total of 1200 kilometer on day n, where n is a positive integer. Find the value of n. So it reaches of total of, so total means sum. That means you need to figure out the n. So for geometric progression, for geometric series, sum Sn is a Rn minus 1 divided by R minus 1. So Sn is the total, which is 1200. So you can say that okay, so 12 times of 1.06 whole power n minus 1 divided by 1.06 minus 1 equal to total of 1200. So this 12 and this 12 is gone, so 100, and 1.06 minus 1 is 0.06, and 0.06 send on the other side, multiply with this 100. So you have equation 1.06 whole power n minus 1 is equal to 100 times 0.06, that means 6, and then minus 1 on the other side, so 1.06 whole power n is equal to 7. You need to find this n, which is in the exponent or power, so you need to bring this down, and we use concept of log, so we apply log on the both side, log 10. So you can say that okay, so log of 1.06 whole power n is equal to log of 7, and this n, using laws of logarithm, this n comes down and log of 1.06 goes on the other side, or n is equal to log of 1.06 is equal to log of 7, and n is equal to log of 7 divided by log of 1.06. That means n is equal to 33.395. That means it should be more than 33 days. So it should be n is equal to 34. Just a little bit more than 33, not the whole day of the 34, but n is 30. The 34th day he will cover the total of 1200 kilometer. Okay, the cyclist stops when he reaches 1200 kilometer. Find the distance that he cycles on day n. Give your answer to the nearest kilometer. Remember, because if you see that the n is not exactly the complete number 34, this is more than 33 but less than the whole day of the 34th one. So first you need to figure out how much distance he traveled on till 33 days, and then subtract it from 1200 kilometer. So you can say that the distance traveled in 34th days U34 is 1200 minus S33, sum of the total distance of till 33 days. So 1200 minus S33, and S33 is 12 1.06 whole power 33 minus 1 divided by 1.06 minus 1. And if you simplify this, so U34 would be equal to 31.88 kilometer, and the nearest kilometer you can round it off, so you can say that the U34 is about 32 kilometer. Question number 10. Figure 1 shows a semicircle with the center O and radius 3 centimeter. XY is the diameter of the semicircle. The point Z is on the circumference such that angle XOZ equals 1.3 radians. The shaded region enclosed by the chord XZ, the arc ZY, and the diameter XY is a template for a badge. Find giving each answer to three significant figures. Number 1, A, the length of the chord XZ. So you need to find this length. So I'm calling this length as just some number. Maybe you can call it a small x. Yeah, a small x. Okay. So you have a triangle. This is 3 kilometer. Sorry, it's not kilometer. I'm sorry about that. It's 3 centimeter. This is also 3 centimeter because this is a semicircle and these two are radii. So 3 and 3. So you have a triangle, two sides and one angle is given. So you can use cosine formula to figure out the third side. And the cosine formula is, if you remember, is a square is equal to b square plus c square. These two are given sides, minus 2bc cos of angle A, angle in front of the required side. So I'm using the similar formula. I'm saying x square, the required side, is equal to 3 square plus 3 square minus 2 times of 3 into 3 into 9 cos of 1.3. Remember, angle is given in radian, so make sure that before calculating these numbers or these values in your calculator, make sure that you change your mode to the radian. So if you simplify this, so your x would be equal to 3.63, because they are saying three significant figures. So 3SF, 3.63, this is value of x. That means the length of xz. Okay, part B, the perimeter of the template. Perimeter means the total length. So we have this length 3, 3, and we have found this. So we need to figure out this arc length. And arc length is L. So for arc length, L is equal to r theta. This r is the radius, which is 3. Theta is the angle, and we need this angle for the arc length. So this angle is pi minus 1.3. So L is equal to 3 times of pi minus 1.3. So L is equal to 5.52 centimeter till 3 significant figures. This is part B. No, sorry, it's not a part B complete. It's just an arc length. So the perimeter. So perimeter of the whole shape is the total length. That means you can say the perimeter is P is equal to 3 plus 3, this length, plus xz, and xz is 3.63 plus the arc length 5.52. So the perimeter is 15.15 and 3 significant figures 15.2. This is the perimeter. Part C, the area of the template. So area of the template is the area of this triangle. I'm calling it A1, and area of the sector A2. So you know that you have two sides and the included angle. So for area A1, you can use area of the triangle A1 is half of AB sine of C. So this angle of sine C, this C is the included angle of A and B. That means half of 3 into 3 sine of 1.3. These 3 are the two sides of the triangle, and 1.3 is included angle. So A1 is 4.34 and A2 is area of the sector, and area of the sector A2 is half of r square theta, and half of r square theta. R is the radius and theta is the angle of the sector. So half of 3 square, and theta is pi minus 1.3. So A2 is 8.29. Finally, the total area of the template A is A1 plus A2. That means 12.63, or 63 means 12.6, 3 significant figures. This is the area of the template. Thank you very much for this part. See you next time.